top fives. Moving on to something a little bit lighter, let's check out a fairly new web series, Single Dads on Hulu.com. Let's have a look at one.
And it's also on YouTube as well.
It is on YouTube, just been put up in the last couple of days, I think. But let's have a look at this.
Oh. What do you want Theodore to be?
Fireman.
Why a fireman? That's so dangerous. You want him to get hurt?
I don't know, man. I just think it would be so cool if he had to, like, break down doors and, like, you know, be surrounded by fire and grabs a baby and runs out of a building and there's, like, a hot girl and she's like, oh, my God, you're such a hero. You just saved that baby. And he's like, I know. And then he doesn't have sex with her.
Wait. Did you watch Backdraft on cable last night?
Yes.
I thought so. Hey, check these two out.
Oh, Jesus.
They must be actresses or something.
Oh, they gotta be something.
I think they're walking towards us, man. Oh, no, they're definitely coming this way, man. What do we do?
I don't know.
Just play it cool, man, okay?
I'm gonna do it, okay.
Just play it cool. What do we do?
Excuse me.
Hi.
We're sorry to bother you guys.
No problem at all.
We just wanted to say that we think what you guys are doing is really great.
Thanks.
It's just in our nature, you know?
It's just not every day that two men like yourselves can do this.
Being a good dad is a pretty hard task.
Yeah, I think it is so commendable that a gay couple would adopt not one, but two babies. You should be really proud of yourselves. Yeah. Have a great day.
Oh. What do you want Theodore to be?
Fireman.
Why a fireman? It's so dangerous. You want him to get hurt?
I don't know, man.
I love this show.
Did you?
I thought
Did
it
you
was
really?
absolutely hysterical.
Interesting. And
I thought it reminded me of shows like Men Behaving Badly or 2.5 Men or something like that. It's just about two not particularly intelligent,
not at all intelligent, I think.
Not
at all intelligent.
with the worst parenting skills possible, trying to look after two very unfortunate babies.
Is it ever explained why they are both looking after
It's
babies?
never never explained whether their wives died, whether their wives left them.
I like to think there's like a really sort of, dark and complex backstory, and they've decided to just, put all that
or
to
even
one
how
side.
they become. Did they become friends because they met because they both had babies?
Did they meet on Mumsnet, the website, or something? I don't know, but
I find it very, very funny.
You enjoy it? Well, good. I mean, it's it's a lot of short clips. It's like 2
so
minutes
each one's about 2 minutes. It's got a very good punchline to each episode. It's a lot of fun, and I think there's about 14 on YouTube at the moment.
Okay,
I'm not too sure how many there are on Hulu.
Well, there's going to be 2 seasons of 15 episodes apparently. And one of the interesting things for me, it's being is that we got a good picture there? It is being distributed by Fox International, who are a major television corporation. So they clearly want a piece of the internet.
Yeah, well, that's the unfortunate thing at the moment, that we've seen YouTube very much that the amateur and the up-and-coming filmmakers can use it to showcase their work. But unfortunately, you're going to see the major which will be a good thing for us, the viewers, but may not be so much a good thing for creative talent necessarily.
It depends, doesn't it? Because is it leveling the playing field, or are the small bedroom guys going to get sort of pushed to one side again? Do you think? I don't know. We'll find out in time. But these were, there were some good videos, some not so good videos.
Well, I enjoyed them.
I enjoyed
them a lot.
Brad in the chat room is saying that it looks pretty boring and needs more Charlie Sheen. So I can see where he's coming from there, but it's too stupid dads.
You want to know something? I don't think there's enough Charlie Sheen to spread around with all the time he's spending in
jail at the moment. Yeah, absolutely. But 2.5... Oh, I get... what's the show called? 2.5 Men? He's
2.5 Men. He's on, yes.
It's, maybe it's the online version of that. But these are both guys who I believe started on the New York downtown comedy scene. And, they are moving into the internet as well, and maybe it'll get picked up by TV. Who knows? But it's not a bad series, and
I couldn't see it working as a TV show. I mean, there's not enough depth to it to say go to 30 minutes or something like that.
Maybe an Adult Swim,
but as 2-minute blocks,
it
works very, very well.
Very nice. Yeah, 2-minute break. If you've had enough for a few minutes, just want to look on something. 2 minutes.
Yeah,
pretty mindless stuff in my opinion. Some good laughs, not for everyone. But that is the show Single Dads, and that is on hulu.com/singledads. Hulu.com, interestingly, not available in the UK, but it has also just been put up on YouTube, youtube.com/user/ Single Dads. We will, of course, as always, tweet and retweet the addresses and the links to all of the shows. So cheers to the Single Dads, both of you. Thank you very much for that. And finally, I believe we are going to look now at Heywire. So let's take a look at a clip of that before we talk about it. This is a web series, HeyWireSeries.com, and let's have a look at the clip.
Howard, would you please slow down?
We ain't slowing down. Let's go, let's go.
You want me to run? You could have picked us up at Connor and Annie's.
Yeah, well, we ain't going back to Connor and Annie's.
Not going back? What do you mean we're not going back? Howard!
Step on it, Maddie! Jesus Christ! 6 minute mile. Hey, buddy, are you all right? 6 minute mile. 6 minute mile. Pal? 6 minute mile.
Howard!
6 minute mile!
So there's the trailer or a clip from Heywire series. Yeah. Now, just tell us a little bit about that. It's a sort of zombie...
It's a very complex actual background to try and explain for it. Perhaps a bit too complex for a web series, but it's a similar setup to something like TV shows like Flash Forward or The Event, where there's this
major event
happening. This happening occurs, and it kind of like creates a modern spin like on the zombie thing, where there's an explosion in this small town which causes this huge bright light, and anybody who sees the light becomes totally focused and obsessed with what they were doing at that moment. So if they were doing the gardening, they suddenly become obsessed with doing the gardening.
Over and over again.
Or if they were jogging, they suddenly become obsessed with jogging and can only... And if anybody tries to stop them or gets in the way of what they were doing, they become homicidal and rip them apart.
Okay.
So, like in one of them, a woman's doing the gardening and a guy walks across her lawn while she's in the middle of the gardening, so she uses her garden tools on him and rips him apart.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So a bit of an odd one, a bit of an unusual premise for a series.
It's this complex start to it. Yet the actual event itself that causes this is shown in comic book form at the beginning, which I thought was a bit of a letdown. Beyond that, it's pretty well made, but I felt it didn't seem to work out whether it wanted to be like a violent and gory, scary series or a bit of a comedy, and it seemed to kind of like shift between both.
A good point, actually. It did feel a little bit uncomfortable in its skin. Sort of.
They're about 4 episodes in at the moment,
and I think it's going to be an 8 or 10 part season.
Right.
So we will, stick with it, see where it goes. But it's like you say, I'm not quite sure where it's going.
It needs to find its direction,
and I'm not quite sure I want to stick with it either. But we will see, though. So anyway, that is our Heywire, and it's certainly not without merit. And I think it's worth sticking with. We'll give it a few more episodes to bed in, see what it wants to do, what it wants to be. And, that is Heywire. So check it out, HeyWireSeries.com. We will tweet and retweet that link later this evening.